Nah, screw the timer. Hello everyone. I hope this is looking somewhat decent. I'm trying those new enhanced shader settings and I have no clue how it's looking currently or how it's running. I hope it's running better than the last stream. But anyway, hello, and here's some BallisticNG, which is a game you can get on Steam. It's essentially the ultimate nostalgia trip for anyone that loved WipeOut on the PlayStation 1. I mean, this is essentially WipeOut. There's not really anything to go by here. This is essentially just WipeOut. And it has a really extensive workshop actually. I've already looked into that a bunch because I just love this game. I have to go into this saying I did not play WipeOut as a kid. When I had a PlayStation 1, I didn't even know it existed. As a PlayStation 2 player, I never got it because I had Gran Turismo. So I just kinda never got to this game, really. But if it's anything like this place, it's really not all that difficult to see why this game series got so, you know, popular, really. What ship should I take? I have a bunch of them because I basically downloaded every single WipeOut ship I could find. Let's go with this one, that looks kinda decent. Microphone's kinda dusty. Very dusty, in fact. It shows how much I've been streaming lately. Also, I should probably deactivate the flash now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Also, something that I remember about this game possibly being a thing soon is that it should go into its official release.
Rockets.
But yeah, this is essentially what I imagine WipeOut was like.
Warning.
You don't only steer normally, you also steer with an air drift, which is needed for a lot of these ships and a lot of these corners.
Warning.
It also has a kick-ass soundtrack. I just love this electronic... Oh, game is too loud. Ah, goddamn it again. It's always the same, the game's too loud, even though they are all on the same setting. Let's put the game down to half of what it was before. Let's see. How's this now? Oh, what the hell? Oh right, that was a tremor pickup.
Autopilot. Warning. Engaged.
But yeah, just like, I only remember some stuff about WipeOut. I know that it had weaponry, and that it was essentially one of the quickest races you could probably get on the PlayStation 1. Also, I just remembered I'm pretty crap at this one apparently. But yeah, essentially it's just one of those really fast racers, and they really nailed the retro look, I think. It just kinda looks like an upscaled PlayStation 1 game.
Engaged. Warning. Disengaged. Energy wall.
One very interesting thing I found with this game was that there was a survival mode, which I don't think was in the original WipeOut, although I could be very wrong with that. Remember, I have no clue about the original WipeOut. It just has you going ever faster on the same course until you just die. But yeah, there's two really good things about this game. First, it's essentially a nostalgia trip for anyone who loved the PlayStation 1. It just exactly looks like a game from that era. And second, if you love modding, this is probably your game. It has like an inbuilt ship importer, it has a course maker, it has a thriving workshop.
3, 2,
It's just heaven for a modder, it seems.
warning.
Also, it has the kind of energy management that I love in games like this.
Missile.
Because you of course have your own usual sheet energy, but you can also use it for a temporary boost.
Energy wall. Warning. Rockets. Warning.
You can refill your energy on these stations, but it's usually a slower way than the main way as well.
Mines.
So it's quite balanced in a way.
Rockets. Energy wall. Warning. Missile. Warning. 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 Perfect lab. Final lab. Autopilot engaged.
I also just love this game's styling. I love this weird science fiction style.
Disengaged. Shield.
Yeah, sadly they seem to have changed the voice. They had a voice that was basically a WipeOut rip apparently at some point in this version, but they changed it to their own. And apparently they're changing it again in the release version.
Shield energy low. Perfect lab. Session complete.
Yeah, the AI voice. I mean, I like the voice. It kinda stands out a bit. I should really at some point get some of the old WipeOut games and actually play them to get a feel for the original games. The only time I ever actually played one was with a demo disc on a PlayStation 2, I think.
3, 2, 1.
And I just remember it being way too quick for me. I was kinda just really used to Gran Turismo at that stage, so going to one of the fastest races you could probably get was not the best choice.
Shield.
Oh right, I forgot. There's actually more than just
Autopilot.
controls left, right and all that. You actually have to correct the, how can you say it, angling of your ship. Which is kinda hard to see, but it actually does a lot for your speed.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Oh Jesus, there's a lot of rockets for me. Yeah, pitch, let's say. Pitch is the correct word for that. But yeah, you have to correct your pitch, so that you can actually not just hump the floor like I did a lot.
Rockets.
Yeah, that section you just kinda hump the ground unless you do it really nicely. Yes, it has Gran Turismo tracks.
Warning.
At least one that I know of, and one that was kinda adapted to look like a track that would usually be in this game. While the the Grand Rally version is really just Grand Rally.
Final lap. Mines.
think I should put up the AI a bit, because it's getting to a point where it's a bit too easy to keep in first.
Warning, warning, warning. Plasma. Shield.
Also, as far as I remember, this game has, I think, 3 to 4 difficulties and maybe 6 speeds, at which we're currently on the 2nd speed, because I'm still learning this game.
Session complete.
Yes. Well, if you can fly, a corner cut is not a corner cut. It's just extending your reach. That's it. Also, welcome to France. I think this is one of the mod tracks. I actually think the prior track was a mod track as well. Lots of these tracks are just really nicely made. The people that make tracks for this game seem to just really know how to make a track that is nice to drive.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, VT. Oh, it's raining on this one. That's an effect I haven't seen yet. Oh, and it's... yeah, this is Paris, alright. It's narrow as fuck.
Rockets.
Oh, Jesus, it has trains. Okay.
Missile.
It has trains. I didn't actually know this game had trains that could be, like, in your way.
Warning. Warning. Cannon. Warning. Warning. Shield.
Oh, you need to drive here to regain your energy. Okay, so you have to kind of gamble a bit. That's a nice mechanic.
Rockets. Perfect lap. Final lap. Mines. Warning. Plasma. Mines. Perfect lap. Session complete.
Future Paris, things have changed. You call it tramway? That's a very weird name for basically just, you know, train cards. I have to get a point where I can actually see the chat. God damn it. Let's just try it. No, if I try it like that, I'm actually not going to see part of the screen. It's just it. Don't tease him with it, or he's going to do it again.
3, 2, 1, go. Shield.
Great. First thing I get in last is the shield, which is great. It takes me against exactly one thing. And that's the blue shell you just saw, basically.
Warning. Warning. Energy wall. Autopilot. Warning. Engaged.
Autopilot. Oh yeah, this one. I love this one because the first time I drove this, it's exactly what you want from a track you have never seen. It just killed me.
Warning. Rockets. Warning. Warning. Energy wall.
It sadly has no official, like, classic WipeOut tracks. Oh, I actually died. That's the first time I died. And that made it really close on the second to last. Well, we are back in France. if you would look on the workshop, you'd probably find some classic WipeOut tracks, probably. Yeah, I'm winning it while dying.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ah, damn it. If that hits, it actually one-shot kills an opponent. Which may have been what hit me, actually.
Autopilot. Warning. Warning. Engaged. Disengaged. Warning. Warning.
So many warnings.
Warning. Warning. Missile. Hunter. Mines. Warning. Warning. Plasma.
Holy shit. Ah, you're right, you can't shoot behind you, which is a bit disappointing. Also, how was that a perfect lap? I was bouncing left and right. See, there is a... Oh, that's a side button. Whoops. Ah, okay, it's B. I knew there was a button to just discard your current pickup, because cannon is useless.
Energy wall. Plasma.
Most of these are actually useless on first place. This wants to be first time ever. No. Nobody. I've sworn on stream a couple of times. Yeah, can't see anything. Welcome to first person mode. I like this classic style more. I think for traction control you kinda need to have some friction.
Mines. Cannon.
You say that, I played dirt in manual shifting, so that's something.
Warning. Energy wall. Missile.
One thing I don't like about this track is that it basically never actually needs to use, like, air drifting. Yeah, automatic clutch. Because sequential. I'm not one to play with a clutch on a controller.
Shield energy low. Perfect lap. Session complete.
Hey, we actually won it. With 2 points ahead. Okay, yeah, essentially there's either a campaign, which we can do, because there's lots of nice stuff to do in the campaign. Oh, in this. There's no gears. There's no gears in this game. Just overall. Would be a bit weird if there were. Alright, these are the standard ships that you get in-game. They are somewhat based on designs from prior wipeouts. Doesn't convey good in text, mate. We don't have humor. Remember that. Also, welcome to having to do, I think, 7 laps.
Go. Plasma. Tender eliminated.
At this on course, you kill one, And then it's less. The accidental actually hitting an enemy with plasma for once. I think there's in grand total 2 ships that don't die to plasma in one hit.
Warning. 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 Missile. Warning. Plasma. Cannon. Warning. Warning. Contender eliminated. Mines.
So yeah, if you don't kill any enemies in this one, you actually have to race, I think it's 7 laps.
Warning.
Which is of course really fun. Also getting shot from behind is really fun.
Rockets. Tremor. Rockets. Warning. Warning. Shield energy.
Ah, goddammit.
Warning.
You actually need to heal. It's kinda rare, but it happens.
Contender eliminated. Cannon.
I guess whoosh happened in chat.
Mines. Cannon. Shield. Energy wall. Shield.
So yeah, this is going to take some time. No, they don't. The kill isn't what counts here. What counts here, it's... Well, essentially, if you remember knockout matches in something like Need for Speed Underground, this is essentially this mode. It's just a knockout match. That means last ship standing wins. It's not a kill match, it's just for who is the last to cross the finish line, basically.
Rockets. Contender eliminated. Warning. Plasma. Rockets. Perfect lap. Mines.
Okay, after this one, we should only have 2 more to go, so this is the final lap. See ya, CB, and thank you for tuning in.
Eliminated. Shield. rockets. Shield energy low.
There we go.
Session complete. Contender eliminated.
Gold medal.
Session complete. Gold medal.
This is the mode that I really like. Although this is also a mode which can kill you really quickly. So, survival. Survival forces you into a certain ship. This is the Barracuda S, as you can see. And essentially, it starts you really slow. But I shouldn't even be pressing the A button right now. I do anyway, but I don't need to, because this is permanent acceleration now.
Toxic.
And we need to survive 30 zones at least to get gold.
Perfect zone.
This is completely just speeding up all the time. Going through every single speed there is in this game.
Perfect zone.
And you just gotta survive. There's no getting energy back like in normal races. You just have to survive.
Perfect zone. Perfect zone. Perfect zone.
This just gets really stupid after some time. Because right now we're still on the first speed, I think. Oh no, actually Apex is... yeah, now we're on Apex, the second speed.
Perfect zone. Zone 10 clear. Perfect zone. Perfect zone.
And of course, the quicker you are, the longer the zones get on the track, because they are not actually done by distance as far as I see, can tell actually. So you at the end you just jet around at the highest speed this game has, trying frantically to survive. And I love it.
Perfect zone.
It's the perfect way to make a challenge stage.
Perfect zone.
And every time you hear a perfect zone, that it essentially just means I didn't hit the wall. Or more, I didn't hit the wall and took any damage. You can slightly bump walls without taking damage, and it technically doesn't count for this zone. So you can get perfect zones with a bit of a drift tap, I would basically call it. But they also don't do anything, because so you don't really need them, it just means that you're surviving somewhat well. I kinda hate this section, not gonna lie. It's probably because this thing is basically the quickest but also most robust and best handling ship in the game, because it's straight up 5 on everything. Ah, come on. I mean, they're at least nice enough to give you a relatively, like, what could you call it, sturdy ship? But that doesn't help you much when you're running around at like 900 kilometers an hour at the end. Yes, the Mercedes ship. I'm not going to aim for my usual one, which is... I usually try to aim for 50. Although I've never driven this track before and I haven't actually played this game in a bit. You can actually drive these in normal races as well. And every single enemy also drives this ship then, which just makes for a really hard race. Hyper Zen. Quickest speed now.
energy.
Which basically means I'm going to die soon, because I can't control this thing at Hyperkin even close. Yeah. Oh, that certainly is. This is the kind of game that has, like, really freakish fans, I would assume. In a good way. Freakish in a really good way, like those tool-assisted speedrun guys that waste years on a game. And death. As well. But we did 43 of the 30 we needed. Top speed of 854. You unlocked neon liveries. And this is just a lab trial. You just gotta get the lab in a certain ship. This time it's the Wyvern, which is basically the most balanced ship next to the G-Tech. And it's on the same track, so you can actually see it in its normal colors now. And I already fucked up there, okay. There's always gotta be someone that can play a game so perfect that you'd just be amazed. I am not this person for this game. Also, I gotta say, one thing that I don't like about the trial mode, or the survival mode, is after you change back into normal mode, you essentially feel like you completely lost the point of the game, if you're not on Hyperkin already. If you want to see some world record laps, you're on the wrong place, mate. I can give you some bottom 10,000 people laps or something. Can I do this? No, I don't think I can do this in Bolt now. So let's restart. Funny enough, you mentioned it, I think he currently holds the world record for a CLK GTR run on some track in Project Cars 2. At least technically world record. I don't know how well those times are represented. Yeah, there you go. That's the world record he currently holds. He's a good driver, he just really needs to throw his phone away if he does another 24 hours. There's a lot of people who play Project Cars. Mostly because some people like it more on the physics than Assetto Corsa, including me actually. Feels much better to drive if you have a decent wheel. Ah shit, I can already restart this one again. Ah, damn it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Told you you're not going to get any WR pace out of me, like, I am not anywhere close to world records. Going to be beaten by a stupid map called Dover. Oh please, don't have a discussion outside the course versus Project Cars in this stream. Goddammit, I don't think I'm able to do it again. I'm too shit with the Wyvern. To be fair, I haven't been using my boost yet.
Shield energy low.
I can still boost a bit. Damn it, silver.
Complete. Silver medal awarded.
Restart. I can get that. God damn it. I can get gold. Just need to lose more boost.
2,
Drive less shit.
1, go.
Driving less shit also includes not hitting modes again. Oh, that's the first sub 40. Something. Not going to be a sub 40 lap. What is it? Oh, it's very close to not being one. But this means I actually have some time now. I have almost no shield energy left. There we go.
Complete. Gold medal awarded.
That was much better. And now we got a tournament. Oh, handling 1. No, I'm not going to go anywhere close to that. Shielding 1. Let's go with the empty cannon. Ah, there we go. Alternative, neon. Or alternative. What do I have? Just normal? Yeah, let's go with pink and neon, why not?
3, 2, 1, go!
What was that? What? I certainly did hit that wall, right? Let's just forget that ever happened, I guess. Just go through walls, it's fine. Nobody cares. What the hell just happened there?
Disengaged. Mines. Rockets.
I love this game's physics engine because it just allows you to kinda clip through everything at times. Gives it that really stupid PlayStation 1 feel as well. of games that weren't quite playtested enough to find weird bugs that like allow you stupid mobility.
Rockets.
I mean, who needs walls? You just drive through them anyway.
Warning.
Who needs tunnels? Just drive through a wall. Oh, this thing has sensitive steering vents in the air. Okay. It slightly jumped, and almost immediately the steering vent really sensitive. I mean, most of these are somewhat sensitive in like the air, but this one seems particularly weird.
Mines. Final lap. Rockets. Shield. Plasma. Energy wall. Autopilot. Engage.
What is the auto? Okay, the autopilot goes weird. Oh, whatever.
Cannon.
The most useless thing in place one.
Autopilot.
Yeah, sure, why not? Autopilot. Because I don't know.
Disengaged.
I don't get why autopilot is a thing as a like power.
Perfect lab. Session complete.
Okay, everyone gets a point except for last place, which just gets nothing.
Three, two, one, go.
Ah, it's this one.
Rockets.
I like this track. Apparently, if you listen closely, and I don't know exactly where it is, but there's apparently an Easter egg here that in Morse code says "WipeOut rocks" or something like that.
Rockets. Warning. Energy wall. Plasma. Warning.
Oh, close.
Warning.
Wants you as a test subject.
Warning.
I mean, you're fine as long as you aren't a plant.
Rockets.
Unless it's going to make you into plant-based Godzilla.
Warning.
God, that was going up. Like pitching up.
Energy wall.
You work with the plague now? Well, we are all screwed then.
Rockets. Warning. Warning.
Oh god, I love these old type sounds.
Autopilot.
Everything sounds like also it on the PlayStation 1 and I love it.
Engaged. Disengaged. Mines.
At least you were quicker than me, so that's something.
Rockets. Shields energy low. Session complete.
Okay. Next one.
3, 2, 1, go! Missile. Energy wall. Shield.
One thing I have to say is that the tournaments and the entire campaign thing tends to be a bit boring at times because it just gives you the same 3 tracks throughout the entire campaign, basically in one chapter.
Plasma. Warning. Energy wall. Plasma. Warning. Missile. Warning.
At least it isn't all Oscher's Leben.
Shield.
I'll be the first to say that I prefer the new way they made it. More T1 crashes are always in my favor.
Energy wall. Rockets. Plasma. Rockets.
Yeah, it's in your border wheel. A T150 if I recall correctly.
Final lap. Cannon.
I have the same headset as Ben. It's the headset that makes the driver. Which is why I'm using one that isn't sanctioned by the Drivers League.
Rockets. Missile. Shield. Shield energy low. Session complete. Gold medal awarded.
Hey, there we go. Gold medal on that one as well. Ranked 9, which gives you nothing. But we finished this one. Although it says 75% completed. Because I think at some of these you can actually get... Actually, it's probably on all of these you can get a platinum award as well. And I am not crazy enough to actually do that. Okay. This is... what was it called again? The Urban series. Please view our sponsors. Our beta. We had Snake Thing in an 8. Hex-Edge. That's not a letter you can use to mean AE. That's an A. It's an A. It doesn't work with Hexa-Edge. This is on Steam. I don't know if it's anywhere else. I've just bought it on Steam. Oh wow, some of these look really nice in neon. Oh, the Wyvern. That's a nice one. Look how it changed these. And I just noticed this one's Russian. Some of these have pretty boring alternative color schemes. Ribbon's nice though. It's nice and black. Let's take that. Okay, every single of these campaigns, like these chapters, starts by pushing you into a introduction race on each of the circuits you're actually going to drive. That's a new one. Okay, I didn't know they also introduced new weapons.
Warning. Warning.
Hailstorm? I've never seen Hailstorm before as a weapon.
Energy wall. Cannon. Energy wall. Autopilot. Engaged. Final lap.
I really like the variety and looks on these. Also, fuck you, Autopilot, for putting me in front of what is essentially happened.
Shield. Warning. Plasma.
Suka Piep. Idi Nahui. There we go. That's all these Slav stupid insults I can do.
Mission complete. Gold medal
Yeah, there's a
awarded.
reason for that. A very interesting reason. You see, this game kinda started as a regular looking WipeOut thingy. And at some point they apparently decided to make it look more like a PlayStation 1 game. To the effect that there's interesting retro effects. Like fake 240p. Which you're going to see is quite interesting when we go into a race. So, let's go with Utah Project. So, what would you expect fake 240p to be? Before I even start this, I'm just going to ask that. What do you expect fake 240p to be? Because I didn't know what to expect when I clicked that option the first time I actually did it. It's one guess. Anyone else got any guesses as to what fake 240p actually does to this game? I like that actually this gives no indication of what is going to happen. Everything is fine until it actually goes into the game. Actually, we might go with Omnicom. That looks quite nice in alternative. Well, I think VT's basically done all the guesses he could make. So either very high res, 114p quality like on YouTube, or it's a rave party. Welcome to 240p mode.
3, 2, 1, go.
Just so you know, this hurts my eyes as much as it probably hurts the bitrate.
Energy wall. Warning. Warning.
This thing is, it's actually not like bad quality, mostly because the interface is unaffected. It just kinda looks weird. It looks like a Game Boy game. Like a very, very advanced Game Boy game, but a Game Boy game. Yeah, no worries. Good thing is you can actually disable it mid-race, so you don't have to see that. Also, we can disable all these retro effects. And you can see that you can make the game actually look much better with that. By not having color differing and all that on.
Warning. Rockets. Warning. Plasma.
Ah, that was a tremor, okay. They can actually change something about the announcer, which I kinda like. Let's go through some options because it's fun. First off, there's sound packs. I haven't found a single sound pack on the workshop yet. There's the mixing, and there's the sonic boom, which I don't know what it is. But where's... Oh, okay, first off, there's interesting things here, but pickup warnings, we're going to change the pickup name, because it actually tells you what the enemy is going to fire at you. RGB. So, you know how this trend became a thing, with having everything in RGB LED lights? Which is still a thing, actually, thinking about it. This game can communicate with Corsair keyboards that have RGB compatibility, and then can show very interesting things like your team color, shield energy, the music visualization, which I really want to see how that works, or just lighting. It's just general lighting. I like this as a thing. It just needs way more, what do you say, compatibility. Because I actually have an RGB headset. It would be interesting to see that being really weird. Also, probably one of the games where I would say you can play it perfectly fine on keyboard. Because I actually played it on the keyboard at first. And it's surprisingly playable, because it really doesn't need anything like, what do you say, analog input. It's basically just zeros and ones that you need. And yeah, Corsair RGB keyboards have compatibility mode with this to do stupid shit, which I like. I like weird things like that. Should we go with the shit shielding one? Yeah, let's try it out. Also, just so you know, quick thing, it has a multiplayer mode.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh yeah, I can see why this thing is said to have shit shielding. It almost literally died as soon as I hit the wall.
Autopilot rocket engaged.
Okay, you can now hear that the enemy weapons are actually announced to me. So it's not just, it's a warning, it's now also explicitly what I am being chased by.
Missile.
Yeah, missiles are crap.
Plasma. Cannons.
I think it's actually kind of nice to drive. Oh, steer? Technically driving. It's not a car.
Energy wall. Final
Pretty quick, which I like.
Plasma. Energy wall. Cannons. Mines.
You should actually. This game was surprisingly cheap for how good it actually is. Actually, you know, now that I noticed something, we have some dropped frames still. Why is OBS being so weird with it lately? Does the picture look alright? Because lately OBS has just been dropping frames on everything, no matter what settings it's in.
Autopilot.
So at this point I'm just thinking OBS has some problems now. And it's not actually anything like on my end or on the game's end.
Disengaged. Plasma. Rockets.
Sadly, there's not really an alternative for OBS if I want to keep my interface going. I'm not going to pay for XSplit.
Session complete. Gold medal awarded.
Also, I don't even know if XSplit actually does everything that I wanted to do. Okay, we have one survival, one trial, one knockout again. Actually, let's go and do something with a modded track. Do I have any of the fun ones installed right now? Let's go with race. Yeah, why not? Let's pump up the speed a bit to halberd. Settings, hardcore off, weapons on, hyperspeed, no. Direct mode, no. Extra laps, no. Environment modifiers, oh, that's virtual is for the survival mode environment thing, yeah. AR config. I'll put that up to experienced. I may have done away with the Gran Turismo tracks, but I think you can download stuff on this one and it doesn't like need a restart. So let's see. No, I need to go to installed, not to my World War 3 games. Not World War 3 games, World War 2 games. So. Oh, it's not on the first view anymore, so... Grand Valley. Because why not? Let's go to a Grand Valley Speedway thing. Grand Valley... and... I need something a bit surprising, which I think is quite funny. Well, I do have World War 3, yeah, actually. I did play it for a bit, and I think it's quite good as a game itself. It just needs a lot of work to be a Battlefield-like game. It also needs a lot more guns, because it basically has no guns currently. Where is it actually? I just saw it. There it is. There's the mod. There's the mod I wanted. Okay. If I go back now, or can I even? Forgot how to go back. Oh, it's start, okay. Let's see. Bench mods doesn't have a thing yet, soundback file. Oh, that's a console thing. Press control and backspace. That's a weird way to exit that. Ow! Alright, and the console breaks the game. Yeah, I forgot that bit. May as well restart anyway. So, just a second, restarting the game. Entering the console kinda doesn't work. At least this means we can also just kinda reload all the mods, which is fun. So, game, yes, thank you. Single player, everything should be the same. Yes, it is. Yes, highly professional streamer. Okay, GT, Grand Rally Speedway. What vehicles should we pick? You know, there's so many vehicles to pick in this game. And so many mods that I have. Like all these FX 400s. And I think I have some, yeah, I have the concepts as well. I have the Thunderbird. I have some of WipeOut Fury, which actually kinda cartoonish, which doesn't quite fit. Now life is good, but oh, there's the F350s. Oh, I don't quite feel the F350s, you know. It's taking longer than I thought. This is a stupid joke, and it's taking longer than I thought. Come on, where is it? What's it taking so long? That's the F7-200s. I didn't break the 1000, but I have the AE86. Because why not drive the weebiest car ever on a Gran Turismo track? The Weep machine.
3, 2, 1, go!
I have to! It has to be done. It can drift. It's right at home. It's a barge as well in this game. Everything is much smaller than it.
Plasma. Mines.
Oh, you mother... Ah.
Tremor. Rockets. Cannon. Rockets. Plasma. Mines. Tremor. Rockets.
I don't like Tremor. Go away with Tremor.
Cannons. Plasma.
It has a functioning pit lane as well, which the very game really only did after, I think, GT3.
Tremor. Rockets.
But yeah, there's a lot of joke content for this game as well. The best one I've seen so far was Solid Snake on a missile.
Engaged.
which is, you know, the exact kind of thing you need in your game.
Disengaged.
I mean, who doesn't want to have Solid Snake
Plasma.
on a bomb just drifting around?
Rockets.
Also, it's for some reason the standard for this map is 4 laps.
Perfect lab.
Considering it's one of the longer ones, it's a bit annoying.
Cannons.
Isn't it How We Live in Tokyo? I don't quite remember that song. Didn't watch Tokyo Drift enough.
Cannons. Missile. Cannons.
For a long time I always thought it actually said How We Drift in Tokyo. Apparently it wasn't that. I looked up the lyrics at some point, but I totally forgot what it was. It just wasn't drift. It made so much sense to me.
Plasma. Cannons. Perfect lab. Final lab.
Also, you have to note that this is made somewhat with love because
Rockets.
like the condensation trails are coming from the rear view mirrors and the exhaust is now the engine. I just love it. It's so stupid. It's a meme mod that has actually some love into it. Though it is live. I think my brain will still just get it as drift in Tokyo.
Energy wall.
Oh, I wonder if you know how they drift in Tokyo. Makes much more sense to me for that movie as well.
Mines. Plasma. Shield. Decision complete.
The Weep machine has won. It's not actually the Takumi Weep machine as well. I do love that one it just showed actually. I haven't, like, driven that yet, but I just love how it looks. It's like a small fighter jet. Let's go, let's select a track. Let's go with a remake of something. And this is the EU Ribbon team. EUN actually. You can't be asked to add funds. I could look around if I still have some cards or something I could trade you over.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I fucked up the start. That hasn't happened in some time. Oh Jesus, okay. Who made this one? I want to punch them a lot.
Autopilot.
This is not made for this kind of physics. This may be one of the ones that was made for the different physics pack you can get in the game. You can actually unlock like a WipeOut 64 like physics for some reason.
Plasma.
Hello stream, yes. Actually, we can't see the stream thing, I think.
Autopilot.
Oh, that is a WipeOut track. Oh, it makes sense. It's one of the workshop tracks.
Rockets. Missile. Disengaged. Rockets.
God. Yeah, it's not made for the physics engine of this game.
Missile. Mines.
It is not made for the physics engine of this game.
Energy wall. Autopilot. Engaged. Disengaged.
Oh god, what did you do, autopilot? Come on.
Final lab. Cannon. Cannons.
I am being complete shit on this track right now. Jesus Christ. Please do.
Missile.
I'm okay with a third place finish. Come on.
Session complete.
Okay, this may work better with the Ballistic64 settings on.
Bronze medal awarded.
That's how I remember WipeOut. A lot of wall banging. Not coming first, probably, as well. How many containers can you actually have? 50. 16 and you included. Okay, let's go with full. Mega Expressway. Oh, this one looks... Oh, this looks excellent. I need to drive this one. That looks excellent. It's a space station and it's round and it's going on flips. I need it. Let's go with Phaser. Vostruga. Oh, it already looks excellent. I love these kind of things. F-Zero X had some of them and they were the best fucking tracks. This industrial look. It's just the best thing ever. Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted to be.
Rocket. Energy wall. Rocket.
Rockets, rockets, rockets. Everyone gets rockets. Meanwhile I get a fucking cannon.
Rocket. Missile.
Oh yes, this is exactly what I wanted from it. It's technical, it's just going up and down. It looks industrial as fuck. Splitting baths. What's not to love?
Cannons. Energy wall. Tremor. Mines. Energy wall. Tremor. Rockets. Plasma.
I love these kind of tracks, I really do. If they look this nice, like this is the modding quality thing. This has such a high modding quality.
Autopilot. Engaged. Disengaged. Cannon.
I mean, what else do you want from a game like this? It is very faithful, as far as I can tell, to its source material, has excellent modding, it looks excellent, the music is excellent. What else do you want from a game, really?
Mines.
Gary makes good, like, realistic looking stuff, but you have to admit that this is also a really nice looking retro style. You have to kinda hit that as well. It's probably harder to make a retro style now than it is to make a modern style, to be quite honest.
Energy wall.
Kinda really shown by the fact that most 8-bit, like, inspired titles just look like crap.
Mines.
Where's the start line? Oh, it's here.
Shield energy low. Session complete.
Oh god, the camera after is glorious. It shows how you actually were in most of the race.
Gold medal awarded.
What else does look interesting? Nietzsche at this... Oh, actually I played this one. It's kinda okay. It's a downhill map. Which means in most cases you aren't actually allowed enough space to overtake everyone. Which is kinda true of this one as well. Let's go with Kamanek, I guess. AG Systems. Why not? It's a nice looking ship. I see a really hard banking turn.
1. Go.
This could be another one of those, probably more like inspired by original Wipeout than actually being original Wipeout. Oh god, oh yes. The way this is going, I expect this to be a Wipeout track. It's very bumpy.
Plasma. Mines. Mines.
That's a banking turn. Or whatever it's called. My English is failing me with this game.
Cannon. Mines.
So weird. Oh damn it, I ran into my fucking own mines.
Rockets. Plasma. Rockets.
Whoever made this is completely insane then. Jesus Christ. How are you supposed to survive this? At anything that's not Apex speed. Not even Apex, I don't even know what the first one was anymore. Venom?
Rockets.
Oh god. There's no healing zone as far as I've noticed. Makes this a bit harder. I think they may have made the entire starting point a healing zone for this one.
Energy wall. Mines.
Oh god.
Plasma. Tremor.
Well, again, it may be one of those that was actually made for the different physics scheme, which I don't have unlocked. And yeah, they just made part of the starting area a heal.
Missile. Tremor. Tremor.
I love how he actually says it slightly different if it's an enemy tremor.
Plasma. Missile. Missile.
He says everything slightly different if it's an enemy weapon.
Rocket. Plasma. Cannons. Missile.
This track was just completely insane. Let's see what's going to give me for the next one. Wellhead Speedway.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I actually know this one. This is a nice one.
Plasma. Rockets. Cannons. Missile. Energy wall. Plasma. Plasma. Mines.
Ah, that could have almost hit somebody. It was surprisingly fun, if completely and utterly stupid.
Cannons. Tremor. Missile. Plasma. Tremor.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to drive it again, as I read that, but for driving it once, it was a lot of fun. When you drift so high and so sharp that you could hit the people behind you with a locked missile.
Plasma. Final lap. Energy wall.
I love how high you just get in that corner. It's totally fine to take it like that. You just get so high in it. It's so stupid. Come on, disengage. This isn't too hard at banking.
Session complete. Gold medal awarded.
I just love this game. I think this is probably one of the best games I've played this year.
3, 2, 1, go! Shield. Rockets. Mines. Hunter. Mines.
Go forth, blue shell.
Energy wall. Plasma.
Oh right, it's this one, yes! Oh, I love it.
Energy wall.
I love it, it's the most stupid hairpin.
Missile. Shield. Tremor. Mines. Energy wall. Rockets. Mines. Ultraviolence. Engaged. Plasma. Plasma. Disengaged.
I get the point of autopilot now actually, because it gives you a free shield as well. So you basically get to like relax for 5 seconds in this game.
Hunter. Rockets.
Oh, you are not? Oh right, I'm only 4th. I didn't notice that.
Plasma. Missile.
Oh, screw you with your mines. I am almost dead. Shit. That was not a good idea to actually do that.
Plasma. Tremor. Missile.
Damn it. Damn it.
Plasma.
I don't think I've played this one yet.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, actually I did.
Mines.
It's another one of those that I like, with that kind of toys with your perspective of it.
Ultraviolence. Engaged. Mines. Disengaged. Rockets. Ultraviolence. Engaged.
Shadow of the Future looks a bit grim, doesn't it?
Plasma. Disengaged. Rockets. Mines. Ultraviolence.
It really likes giving me autopilot on this one.
Mines.
Ooh, one of them has mines.
Plasma.
Have you? Get back here. God, more mines.
Missile. Rockets. Mines. Rockets.
Goddamn dickheads.
Shield energy low. Hunter. Cannons. Tremor. Rockets. Plasma. Rockets. Cannons. Final lab. Shield. Transfer beam.
What? Transfer beam? What is this? Oh, it steals enemy energy, okay.
Complete.
I've never seen that weapon before. So there's basically a life gainer.
Silver medal
And
awarded.
it is called Life Leech. Aero, I think I've played this one before.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think I'm going to make this race the last for today as well. At least I finally got back into streaming a bit. After really not wanted a short break because of illness.
Energy wall. Ultraviolet. Engaged. Disengaged. Hunter. Energy wall. Rocket.
Yeah, I'm finally back to being completely fine.
Missile. Plasma. Hunter. Mines. Rocket. Plasma.
Oh, these mines.
Rocket. Ultraviolet. Cannons. Engaged.
Now that you mention it, no, I never did. I kinda deinstalled that game because I got really bored with it for some reason.
Missile.
Like, I got apathetic to that game for some reason. I couldn't stand it anymore after some time.
Engaged.
I still actually don't remember why.
Disengaged.
May have done some bullshit to annoy me.
Missile.
which is usually why games fly out of my Steam library.
Energy wall. Tremor. Tremor. Transfer beam.
Oh, it's another transfer beam, okay. It seems to be a last... No, it's actually not even the last lamp, so... If I could get close to that guy...
Final lap.
Could get myself some energy back.
Shield energy alert. Cannons. Cannons. Autopilot engaged. Disengaged. Shield
What thing on the
energy
left?
low.
Yes, distance to last opponent.
Full battle awarded.
It's distance to the last opponent. Not last opponent, like the next opponent. How do you even say that? I think if you're behind, it's basically distance to first. And after that, it's basically distance to second. If you are first. Precision runs. I am not going to do any precision runs, I think. But yeah, I think I'm going to... No, it's actually not nearest. I think it's to first, although I can't quite remember. I don't usually look at it while I'm going forwards in the ranks, so I don't know what it does. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I had a great time playing this game on stream. I may play it again if there's demand for it. Kinda have to know if it's fun to watch. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, have a great night, and goodbye.